It's Big Chin. Prophet Key, welcome Spoon TV. This is Friday the 13th. What do you think?
Friday the 13th. What do you mean Friday the 13th?
Usually those who believe in mythical things believe that Friday the 13th things don't really go well. What's your take on what's going to happen up there?
Friday is the day that men were created. It's the day of men. So I feel it's a good day for me. Because when God created everything, on Friday he created men. Saturday God rested.
What do you think your fate will be? You apologized yesterday openly. Do you think the Supreme Court will listen to that and temper justice with mercy?
And left with them. It's not me who decide. I've already did what I'm supposed to do. And left with the Supreme Court to decide.
Okay, on Tuesday, you mentioned that you came to change things in Liberia. That's your way of teaching things. And then on yesterday, you also mentioned that you are going to stop insulting women around the country. So how will you continue changing things when that's the way of
Okay, so if I can change things, and you believe that I've been causing people our reason, and now decide to leave it, I say change it, go on.
Prophet Key, were you under the invitation of the Zoes from Nimba County, the chiefs and elders that have invited you after these proceedings?
No, first thing first, when the Zoe then operating, we need to look into it. They threaten me. The Zoe then threatened me that they want to take me into Pearl Society. When the fuck I was spray with tear gas in that play.
So you honor the invitation. You honor the invitation.
No, you can't just go on air and start to threaten me.
So, Prophet Key, will you honor the invitation?
The people need to run me officially. Do I look like a kid? A group of men go and start talking to me so I'm away? Hey, tell me to be.
These are the elders and the Zoes, and you calling them group of men? Are you a traditional man?
But let's see how to respect people. They talk to me indecently. Okay? They put talking to a child.
But you've been talking to others like that.
But it's only fair others will say you have addressed others like that. So how do you feel hurt by that?
My man, I criminal, they have addressed like the prayer, man.
If Julie, any are criminal?
Everybody you address are criminals, is that what you say?
Everybody, there's no way.
You said those you address like that are criminals. So is everybody that you have addressed a criminal?
It depends.
Even the Chief Justice that you address, are you also calling him a criminal? Because you say everybody you address like that are criminals.
Let me tell you the issue of Chief Justice. The issue of Chief Justice is different. Okay? Because first thing first, poking the crack to me. The Chief Justice, my name is brother. So based upon that, I want to be emotional and I want the Chief Justice. That's just what happened. And I decided to apologize.
Well, you think the study will not change anything against the Chief Justice?
Thanks very much.
You said witches are afraid of your cursing. What characteristic and what other things are your cursing made other that can make witchcraft to change according to you?
Any better country who spends 6 years we are there.
Cursing getting nothing.
Let me tell you something. We are African. Okay, we get culture. When you're making a look there in African culture, African culture, lying to the people.
Prophet Key, we are hearing that you will be jailed today. What's your take on that?
Someone be jailed. Will be on my left.
No, but it's a punishment matter to you. It's a punishment matter. Do you think you deserve to be jailed?
I don't deserve to be jailed.
Why?
I don't deserve to be jailed. But let me tell you, I've been insulted last days. How you go with it? But the fact I don't know. The fact last year I don't know. Someone be jailed. How you call it? The corruption, right?
They are saying you can address the issues without being insultive. You yourself said yesterday that you will change your way and all of that. So
I have to leave it. Someone BJ.
All right, so folks, there is Prophet Key that if he goes to jail.
Okay, that is good. I like that one.
All right. Prophet Key is moving into the Temple of Justice, the Supreme Court. He's now making his way to the Supreme Court of Liberia. He has just arrived and saying that insulting has changed things in Liberia. He said we've been here for the past 6 years and he is hurt by the way he was addressed by the Zoes and elders of Nimba County. In fact, he called them group of men. He said group of men called him, and they did not invite him formally as to whether or not Justin Opa-Yenzen, known as Prophet Key, is going to honor the invitation of the chiefs and Zoes of Nimba County. That is yet to be established. But he has made his way. He's still at the main entrance of the Temple of Justice. He's standing there. He's got his cow tail in his hand. He's got his chieftaincy hat on his head. And he's now climbing the stairs of the Honorable Supreme Court of Liberia. There are those who made the argument that bringing Prophet Key to the Temple of Justice is trampling or stifling free speech. Others quoted the Abdullah Kamara Act of 2019 as a freedom of expression act. But the truth of the matter is, even a KAK act has got responsibilities. It decriminalized speech against the president, what is known as criminal speech against the president, criminal speech against other officials of government. It decriminalized that, but there are still civil penalties, and there is freedom of expression guaranteed under Article 15, but also responsibilities. Yes, you can be held in contempt by the Supreme Court of Liberia. That is powers given to the Supreme Court and judges in Article 65 and Article 73 of the Constitution of Liberia. The judiciary, the justice system, judges have got contempt powers, whether direct contempt when it's done in open court against a judge in the court, or constructive contempt when it's done outside of court. There are notable examples. Rodney C is an example. Daily Observer is an example. And even Double Jala case is also an example. The court has got in its discretion to impose a fine, a prison sentence, not longer than weeks, and even both. The court can also demand an apology to be rendered or published. Yesterday, Prophet Key, Justice Opa-Yenzen, in open court with a tearful eyes and shaky voice, apologized before the full bench of the Supreme Court. He mentioned and called the female justices his mothers and the Chief Justice his father. Whether those apologies were sincere or genuine, today the court is going to handle down its ruling in the matter. What he has been going through is solely not a criminal proceeding, but a contempt power that is inherent in the courts of Liberia. Whether your words in open court or out of court brings the court to public disrepute, undermines the judiciary, or brings the court to somewhat or somehow brings the judiciary into question, you can be held in contempt. Whether it is published, whether it is said, or whether it is even posted online, the courts have got the right to bring you in for contempt charges. So the Supreme Court, yes, is acting well within its powers. Others said, why now? The Chief Justice, while in Lofa County during the February term, opening of the February term of court, clearly stated that if other offenses were done before, the court doesn't go out there to look for charges or cases. Chief Justice Bese has been keen on making sure that Prophet Key is brought to book. He was brought in here on Monday, where he appeared without a lawyer and was appointed 2 public defenders. On Thursday, which was yesterday, his lawyers, even in open court, did say that their client, Justice Opa-Yenzen, Prophet Key, went way beyond the rights provided him in Article 15 of the Constitution. Remember, where there are rights, there are responsibilities as well. There is free speech in Liberia, but with a caveat or a limitation as well. If your free speech is deemed to harm the character and integrity of another individual, you can be held in civil liability in either a libel case, a defamation case, or better still, the person can sue for civil damages. What the KAK law did was to decriminalize sedative speech and other forms that were expressed as speech crimes against the president and other officials of government. The contempt power that the judiciary possesses is to protect the independence and the integrity of the judiciary, and all that is constitutionally enshrined. Does the KAK law go contradiction to Article 15? The answer is no. You are still responsible for free speech when exercised. So Prophet Key has entered the court. We will be giving you updates from within the court. Whatever that will be said, we will be bringing you updates as was done yesterday. What will be the ruling of the Supreme Court? We will definitely bring that to you as well. Whether or not he will be, handed a prison sentence, whether weeks or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever it will be, or whether or not the Supreme Court is going to temper justice with mercy, we will find out once the ruling is done up there. But there are key points to be noted here. Now, the Chief Justice and the Supreme Court have said this is about upholding judicial integrity. This is about the powers that they have therein, enshrined in the Constitution, enshrined in Title 17 of the laws of Liberia, enshrined in Article 65 of the Constitution. That yes, they have contempt power as well, whether direct contempt, as I said earlier, when you go against a judge in a court, or as a lawyer, or as a party to a court, or any observer, and you go against the orders of the judge in open court, that is direct contempt. Outside of the court, constructive contempt, whether you publish any article, any writing, any statement that is made outside of the court that brings the court to public disrepute or undermines the integrity of the court, or better still, the dispensation of justice in the country, to riddle the integrity of the court, you can be dragged in to state reasonable reasons why you shouldn't be held in contempt. Now, what are the key factors that are at play right now? Chief Justice Bissey and the full bench of the Supreme Court have spent, today will be the third day, 3 days on this particular case. If it is to listen yesterday, he said the holy order that was poured on him, not literally written in the Supreme Court, has now turned him into a changed man. He's now changed. According to him, in his own defense, he was frustrated with all of what's been happening in the country, and it was that mental instability and frustration, the trauma, and all those things that caused him to bring serious invectives against not just the Chief Justice, but others who have been victims and prey of teasing. Now, they are those who are fans of visiting Liberia and saying that, that's not the right words are meant to be used. Words are meant to be used, but when you use a word, it comes with responsibility. If your words attack the integrity and the character of another person, you must be brought to court. It is not a criminal offense unless it goes into malicious attack, terroristic threats, bodily harm and those things. Then it becomes a criminal offense. When you insult somebody, all right, so please let us know the quality of the audio while our producer is going to look at the indicator.